Welcome back to No Bias Hoops. Today we're going to be talking about Zach Lavine and why he hasn't been traded yet. So Zach Lavine, he has probably the worst contract in the NBA, unless it's Bradley Beal. 5 years, tons of money, can't tell you the exact number, but a ton of money. And he hasn't been traded. He was an all-star at one point for Chicago, but now the Bulls are clearly going in a different direction, and it would be very wise to move him. But they haven't got a deal done yet. People say, yeah, maybe he'll go to the Warriors or the Lakers, but anytime a star becomes available, oh yeah, he's going to be on the Lakers, and that's not true. I think he could get to the Lakers if at the trade deadline they're not good and they need something, but I really don't think that's going to happen. That's kind of the same with the Warriors. Yeah, the Warriors didn't do a ton this offseason, but in my eyes, they really did get better. All you lose is Klay Thompson, really, and you get Melton and Hield, who are both, Hield's a great shooter, and Melton's a great defender, so honestly, probably better than Klay Thompson. But anyways, I think there's 3 teams he could go to. The number 1 team is the Detroit Pistons. Obviously, it doesn't make sense for the Pistons, but they are the Pistons. They just had a terrible season last year. And after signing Tobias Harris, as well as others, it would probably be something they would do to trade Lavine. But that's if Chicago can suck it up and say, we're going to trade him for 0 first-round picks. All we want back is just random players, because to be honest, nobody's paying a first-round pick for one of the worst contracts in the NBA. The other teams, I really don't think he'll be a Warrior or a Laker, but I could see him get traded to the Jazz maybe. There were some rumors. They kind of got shut down, but with the Jazz not really being a free agent destination, I don't think salary is going to be an issue. And yeah, as much as they might want a top 5 pick this year, would it be wise to add another? I mean, Zach Lavine is a star when he's healthy. Maybe he's not an all-star, but he's a good player. So add another star next to Lowry, plus developmental pieces. I think if it was going to happen, it would have already, but that's a destination. And the final destination is the Toronto Raptors. I made a video where I said maybe Jalen Green could go there. In hindsight, they really don't have enough assets, so it's fair for people to question that, but the Raptors do have the assets to get Lavine, because all they would have to do is say, Bruce Brown, and then the Bulls would love to do that deal. Zach Lavine for Bruce Brown, you get off his contract. I don't think Toronto will do that. I think they're going for Cooper Flagg to add another, all-star alongside Scotty Barnes, but I actually do like what the Toronto Raptors have done. But as you can see, this is why it's difficult for the Bulls to move him, because you have Zach Lavine, who's a bad contract, and that, with his big contract, that knocks out almost every contending NBA team. I think the Clippers maybe actually could do it, but I don't think so. Again, Houston could do it, but they have a future, and they know that they don't want to have a huge contract like that. So really, the teams that are in the running are the tanking teams, and Bulls got unlucky. It's a great draft class, so it really makes sense to tank. But if there's a team that's say Toronto, a couple weeks into the season, they're yeah, we're actually good, and, we could tank, or we could just get Lavine for free, and maybe he turns his career around. It might be a worth investment. So, actually, if Lavine's getting moved, I think it would be the first week of the actual season. Teams see what they have. They see if they're good. And I know you can't tell a ton from the first week of the season, but, the Clippers weren't good enough last year, and they decided to trade for James Harden. Probably wasn't the right move, but give it a couple weeks, and there's a chance that Zach Lavine gets moved. But, yeah, I think it's more likely. I guess the Bulls also have Vucevic, and his contract isn't ideal either. It's a pretty short one, and again, he could easily be flipped to, I feel Detroit, but Seems like the Bulls will just hold on to him. But anyways, if you like this video, like, subscribe, and see you next time on No Bias Hoops.